Hey, welcome back to Outback Tasmania. And just going to kick it off with a little theme song.
Oh, yeah. Welcome to Outback Tasmania. Come and take a look around. Where the hills are steep and the sea's the perfect sound. We're building up a homestead on a little patch of land with a shovel, saw, and coffee mug and dirt upon our hands. Charlie leads the way each day, his tail held nice and high, chasing every bird that dares to wander by. The southern ocean sparkles as the morning sun breaks through. There's no place on this earth I'd rather share with you. It's Outback Tasmania. This is where we're free. With Radio Jonesy, bringing life to every tree. From the veggie patch to the coastline blue, every day's an adventure waiting just for you. Charlie runs beside us every single mile, sharing laughs and hard work with a great big Tassie smile. The onions keep on growing, the spuds are looking fine. Capsicums and pumpkins climbing every vine. Peas and beans are reaching for the bright blue sky, watching all the seasons gently rolling by. Every fence and garden bed has got a story too. Sometimes built with timber, sometimes held by hope and glue. Learning as we're going, making every day count. From sea level gardens to the steep hillside mount. The wind can blow a gale, the rain can fall all day, but tomorrow brings another chance to find a better way. The views are worth the effort from the top of every climb. That's the heart of Tasmania. Every single time, Tasmania, where dreams are built by hand. With Radio Jonesy, sharing life across the land. Growing onions, spuds and beans, capsicums and pumpkins, living out our dreams. Charlie's always smiling as he runs beside the track. No matter where the journey goes, he's always got our back. So if you love the country and a simple way to be, pull up a chair and come along. You're part of the family. From the steep green hills to the sparkling sea. Welcome home to Outback Tasmania with Radio Jonesy and Charlie. We'll keep on building, we'll keep on growing, one project at a time, here on Outback Tasmania.
Yes, welcome back. Where am I going to go here? I got to go here. Welcome back to Outback Tasmania. I am, maybe I'm a bit quiet, am I? How's that? Welcome to Outback Tasmania. I am Jonesy, and let me tell you, I was trying to film a gardening video out the back. I was chopping some firewood, and I'll tell you what, I've almost said, you know what? With all that's been, it's been one of them weeks this week, and I am just chilling out at the moment. It is just after 1 p.m. on a Saturday. I done my 5K fast walk this morning in the 5K Bernie run. Met a couple of lovely subscribers. Met some people from Queensland. It was absolutely great to have a chat. Yes, so just chasing the old watch hours dream as well. Let me check, actually. What am I at? And how are you going, Gandalf? I see you. We dropped from 35 Celsius to 22 in just a matter of minutes. All right. Well, that's good for you, but it must be late at night, Gandalf. And there's nothing worse than them hot summer nights. Which, who sang that song? Hot summer nights. It was a female. Hot summer night. Yeah. How soon your memory goes. I could always go on Google and check. All right, subscribers are going good. I'm up to 207 on this channel, which is fabulous. And as of yesterday, 858. Awesome. Awesome. It's going along swimmingly. And what else you been up to, Gandalf, apart from surfing the net and checking out YouTubers and watching some videos of famous Tasmanians, which isn't me, at Rob Parsons? He does a fantastic job on his, I don't know how he does all that climbing through the wilderness and up and down and into streams, and computers just shut up. We're above average now. Sweating mostly. Oh, man. Yeah, we're at 13 Celsius. Gandalf, we're at the height of today. It was only supposed to get to 11. So we got blue sky. We've got, well, a bit of cloud. It was a very, yes, you're correct. He's a young man. I was on the walk, and they have paces, right? People who go at a set speed, and if you want to run with them or walk with them or whatever, you can. They hold that steady pace. And so I was with a lovely lady who was no bandages. They've all come off. There is that mark to the right hand side, and I've got one on the back, and there's another one that's come off on my wrist. I've got to air it out a bit. It's it doesn't look like much, but it's a big hole filled with glue. And there's more than those obvious ones. But apart from that, yes. But the funny thing is, Shawnee, they fill it with this glue, and they say instead of pulling it tight and stitching, if it's a hole, they fill it now with the glue, and underneath the skin slowly repairs itself. And if it gets wet and it washes out, no, I haven't talked about that. I was sort of mentioning that I went on it, and I met some wonderful subscribers from Queensland, all the way down from Queensland. They're out checking out the area, and they had a hunch I was going to be there, and they went down to say hi, which was wonderful. We met a nice family, lovely young lady, and a brother, and a cousin, and a father, and man, too many people. Another brother. I think they were. I got. It's nice to be recognized in the flesh, so to speak. That's what they're saying, Shawnee. The skin from the chunk they take out. Let me say the one on my face come out only about, say, that thick. It's like a coin, like that. The one in the hand come out like they scooped in like you're scooping out a bit of sugar out of the thing with that spoon. It was, oh man. And the needles. The needles were, I'm a big sook. I had the needles for the pain, and to say you don't feel anything. And I did not, let me say, I did not feel a thing, which was amazing. And my face was numb for nearly 2 days. So, and my left ear, there's one in my left ear as well, which is very, very tender, actually. and I got these headphones on. Oh, I'm a brave man. I'm a big sook. Let me just say that. I was out the back. I was out the back chopping wood for a little part of the next video. So I've chopped up a heap of wood, and I'm just sitting down going, you know what? The ground is soaking wet. Do I really want to put a shovel in it now? I'm just going to, I might just go inside and go live. That's what I talk myself into it. Yeah, I'm at 858 watch hours, Shawnee. So sort of going up, and 206 or 7 subscribers. So it's absolutely no, I enjoy hearing the levels of the song. Yeah, 858, I think I'm at. The last week's 3-hour live was wonderful. I don't know if those watch hours have come in yet. I'm assuming they have, but it says they were like 70 watch hours. Yes, and it was. I played around with the AI music again. I just played the intro song. I don't know. Did you hear that one, Shawnee? I've got another one which I thought if I can find it. Yeah, I'm very I've wrote a few new songs. You sort of have a listen to this one, Shawnee. It's called "Eat What You Grow."
Well, I woke up this morning by the ocean blue, Tasmanian sunshine and a sky so true. Charlie's at my side with a wagging tail. We're building our future, one post, one rail. Got a pocket full of seeds and a head full of dreams. Nothing's ever quite as easy as it first may seem. Dig a little deeper, let the good times flow. On this little hillside where the sea winds blow. A little hard work, a little elbow grease, a whole lot of laughter. Now that's a recipe. Eat what you grow, let your garden grow. Plant a little seed and let your good life show. Raise those chickens, watch them steal the show. Outback Tasmania, eat what you grow. Eat what you grow. Building up a chicken coop, hammer in my hand. Putting up a fence across this little patch of land. The wallabies are watching thinking dinner's free. Not today, my mate, you'll have to bargain with me. Tomatoes climbing higher, pumpkins on the ground. Every little harvest makes me smile around. Radio Jonesy's got another tale to tell. Living life in Tapsy and we're doing it real well. Charlie says, come on, mate, there's work to do. The garden keeps on growing with a different view. Ocean breeze blowing through the old gum trees, living life exactly how it's meant to be. Dig it, plant it, water, watch it grow, build it, fix it, nice and slow. Eat what you grow, let your garden grow. come and join the show. From the ocean to the hillside, everybody knows. Outback Tasmania, eat what you grow. Radio Jonesy, Charlie too. Building something honest with a cracking view. One seed, one dream, one row at a time. Outback Tasmania, we're growing just fine. Hey, dig it. Hey, plant it. Hey, grow it. Eat what you grow.
Yeah, it's a bit rocky, a bit upbeat, but that's just me. That's the way I wanted it to be. A bit, I don't know. I got a few different versions, but that sort of power country rock, I don't know what you want to call it, but Eat What You Grow, yeah, I had to put Charlie in it. You know, The Killer View, On the Hill, On the Seaside. Yeah, all that sort of good stuff. That's sort of a little bit loud, a little bit rocky for a for the middle of a song, middle of a video, to put that sort of rocky when you sort of. But I might play with that. Yeah, woof woof, Charlie. Where are you, bud? He's right behind me. He's like a good little boy. But yes, yeah, I might have strained something in my arm too. So I complained about pains in my forearm. In here, and it's just driving me crazy. I said, sure, there's nothing under the skin that's causing me the pain. And they said, there probably is, but we don't think it's a growth. I think you've strained it somehow. And I go, geez. Yeah, getting old. Hey, let me talk about the walk. All right. Turned up today, got down there early, filmed a bit of the beach, done a bit of it was like 4 or 5 degrees Celsius. The wind was bitterly cold, blowing straight off the water. A lot of joggers there, a lot of people doing their warm-ups and stretches and stuff, and I'm walking up and down the beach and doing my thing. And I found a volleyball while I was down there floating around, so I went and rescued that. And, yeah, got the volleyball, took it back to the surf club. There's volleyball nets there. Obviously, one ball must have went into the water, and it's blown back ashore. It might have went offshore and it's come back. So I rescued it and gave it back to the surf club, as what you do. And I was talking to another nice gentleman in his 60s. Sort of, I was out of the wind, and he ducked around the corner. He go, "Oh, how you going, mate? You found a good spot." I said, "Yeah," and I was talking to him, and he was telling me all about how his journey of weight loss and running, and he's similar age to me. He to me, he looked a lot older, Yes, I don't know what it is, Shawnee, but it's bloody sore, I tell you. Anyway, I'll battle through. I'm a big sook, but I'll keep going. Yeah, I've been doing weights. I've been doing these little handheld dumbbells and lifting them up and lifting them up and doing this. And they're saying I could have done something, but it's in a weird spot. It's like the top of your arm, like right there. And I see how it's sort of up a bit. I don't know if you can see it, but it's a little bit more swollen than the other side. The other side's quite. But anyway, I'm just a sook. Hey, Andy, good to see you, buddy. I'm doing this thing, just telling everyone about the wonderful walk. And as I'm talking to this old fella at the start, he says, "Oh yeah," he said, "you'll be running. Give yourself 6 months, and you'll be running better than us." I said, "Yeah, mate, no worries." He's just trying to pep me up a bit, and then we went in the. We got in the crowd and they were saying, "Congratulations, this person's on their 300th run, this person's on their 100th run, this person's on their 50th run." Because when you register, they give prizes away. The more you go down there, you get a prize and all this sort of stuff. And they're fun. They're actually a nice, simple. Woe is you, Andy, not me. I'm just sulking. But I've been doing all that, Shawnee. Trust me, I've been right into trying to fix this little problem. It's just, sympathy. Oh, man. Anyway, long story short, I went through the crowd at the start. Like, I thought, you know what? I'm not going to be the guy at the back. Because at the start, they go, ready, set, go. And there's 300 people. So the first lot of runners are off, and then everyone else sort of slowly starts moving. And then I thought, you know what, I'm going to get up the front and let everyone go past me. So I sort of didn't go right up the front. I got up about mid crew. And as everyone's running and walking fast, man, these mums in their prams are flying past me, like walking. And I'm thinking, how can they walk that fast? And I was pushing myself as hard as I could. I know, buddy. It's all good. I was pushing myself. Anyway, long story short, I got about there was a fast walking pacer, like there's a person with a vest on saying, "Stick with me, I'm a fast walker." And I thought, I'm going to keep with this lady. So I got in behind her, and I just, as she's walking a bit faster, I was slowing down. I thought I had to push harder to catch up. I realized there's a few little inclines and downhills and inclines, and I realized I could go past her. I was going faster on the uphill, and she was going faster on the downhill. Don't ask me why that happens, but that's what was happening. And every time I wanted to go past her, there was people running back, and I couldn't get around in time, so I had to stay behind. And then we got to a downhill section, and she stretched the gap, and then the uphill section, and I closed it up. It was like, that was good for me because I was using that as a strategy. Like, I got to keep up with this lady. Come on, push yourself harder. And another guy, he caught up to me. He was walking with somebody else trying to train. He was like a physio, and he was walking with this other person, and around the 2.5K mark, that other person's pulled out. So he started walking quicker, and he caught up to me, and he started talking to me. And as we're sort of walking, and he's asking, how many of these have you done? Haven't seen you before, all that sort of stuff. And I said, "Oh, mate, I'm just trying to get me health back." And he's a physio, right? So he's right into it. So he stayed with me for the whole way. He started teaching me these little tricks about, he's a runner too. Like, I slowed him right up. But he was getting me doing the uphill sections different and the down, and to me, you look at the course and there's not many hills, but there's these little inclines and declines. Anyway, and the wind, when we went around the bend, the wind comes right behind you. I was out the back chopping wood, and the wind comes behind you and pushes you along. And sure enough, everything he said to do, I did, and I I went 15 minutes faster this week than I did last week. 15 minutes. I whacked a big 15 minutes off my personal best. I can say that. Technically, today was my personal best because last week we didn't really register the time, but I knew the times. And when I got back, he said, What time did you do last week? And I told him. And he said, "Oh, you're going to smash that," because he's looking at his week, like he knows the pace we're at. And then he said, "Do you want to run over the last 300 meters and pick up?" And I said, "No, mate, not today. Maybe next week, maybe the week after. I'm just doing little bits." And when I got back, yeah, there's like a standing ovation. People are clapping you. "Hey, good on your way, good on your champ." There's still, and the better thing, there was like another 5 people behind me. So I didn't come last. Last week I come last. This week I didn't. So, 15 minutes from last week's sort of walk. Last week I was stressing that I wasn't going to be able to complete it. So I was going sort of within myself. And this week I just pushed extra. I couldn't go faster. I'm sure I could go. But the mind says I can just run around this person. And I'm thinking, no, don't do nothing stupid. The motivation support, the people down there were fantastic. And, right at the end, I am crossing the finish line. I am feeling a bit puffed and tired. And I had to grab, they give you your, this little time stamp thing that when you go through it, you get given it, then you walk to the person and they scan that and they scan your barcode, which believe it or not, I got barcodes. Look at that. So when you scan your barcode, and everything's computerized, and it's worldwide. The 5K park run is all everywhere in the world. So you can compete with other people, and you can compete, and they all do 5Ks on the flat. They're all told, like if you're doing a course, you're told to keep it on a flat. So everyone's competitive all around the world. So you can compare your times with somebody else if you got friends in England or America or wherever. And yeah, it's pretty surprisingly very well run. So across the finish line, I was doing the barcode stuff. Someone's come up to me and said, "Excuse me, are you Radio Jonesy?" I'm wearing a hat. And I said, "Actually, I am." And they said, "Oh, it's so nice to meet you. We watch all your videos on Tasmania Island Live, Radio Jonesy, on tour with Radio Jonesy, and whatever else you're doing, we watch it." And they said, "We're from Queensland. We're down on holidays. We watched your video last week that said you were in the run, and we were in town, and we thought we'll come down and watch the run. And we've seen you take off, and we thought that's got to be him." And then when I come back, they said, "Nice to meet you," and had a chat with this wonderful family. It's a whole family of, results in the clouds. Definitely. Everyone's, you can compete with your favorite athlete too. Like if you really wanted to, like the faster runners are competing with other faster runners for races. Like when there's a 10K fun run, or these like the City to Surf and all them things. Well, people do this as like they'll see how fast their competitors are going, and then they'll it's pretty well. I did not know it was all that sophisticated. I just thought it was a bunch of old people going for a walk and a lot of young blokes running. And let me tell you, some young blokes running, there are some absolutely lightning fast little whippets. These young kids of today, these because there's 300 odd people doing it, the footpaths are pretty packed. So people who usually ride their e-bikes and their e-scooters and their normal bikes and their normal walking basically look out, here comes a tidal wave of people. So they all get out of the way. So you see all these young kids who are on their e-bikes and they're cheering on their schoolmate or their friend from a sporting team or something, and they're riding their e-bikes saying, "Come on, you can go faster, mate. Come on!" But the young bloke doing the running, you just feel so proud of him. Let me say, what footwear do you have? I have the dodgiest joggers you could walk in. Like the guy who was yeah, the guy I just read that, Andy, and you're probably correct. The guy I was walking with, he's telling me about the Nike. No, what was he wearing? Asics Super Gel. They're designed for overweight, heavy people, big boned, heavy people. Let me just say big boned. Sounds better. Anyway, this guy's a runner, but so he's a big build, but he runs. But he said you got to get yourself some quality footwear. It'll make all the difference. And I gave my good New Balances to the lovely Mrs. Radio. She's claimed them. They were a little bit tight around the toes for me, so I should have got another size up. But I passed them on to her, and I thought, you can have them. And they're really comfortable, so I know what comfort is compared to the shoes I'm wearing right now. So everything's looking up. I can get the gear. I can wear the I'm not going to be wearing leotards, let me tell you that. These people are running in these, because of the wind, they say, because I'm wearing, today I wore tracksuit pants and actually the hoodie. And there's some photos somewhere. I'll put some photos out later, but yeah, if you, wherever you are, and if you're trying to lose weight and try to get a little bit of fitness back, yeah, there's a professional photographer turns up every day. He takes a bunch of snaps. If you really want to, he puts them on the social media pages. It could take a week or so before he puts them up. It could be tonight. And if you're interested, like on him doing a shoot for you, like a lot of these athletes, he's getting in weird positions, like laying on the ground and taking pictures as these guys are running past. But these guys have asked for some, like they're paying him money for these photos. But everyone else is, how you going today? And they all know his name. They were saying g'day to him, and he's everyone smiles and go, hi, but these are the walkers. The runners are concentrating seriously. And I see some guys there, and I looked at one guy and I go, he was a big guy too. And I thought, you can't be running. And he's doing his stretching and calisthenics, all sorts of stuff. And the gun goes and off he runs. And I thought, oh, that big boy's going. And then when we get past, I was probably at the 2K mark, and he's already done, that would be him doing 3Ks, because he would have done the 2.5 to there and half K back. So he's already done 3Ks and he's running back, and he's beetroot red in the face, and he's pushing his body. But I said, good on you, champ. And he's like, thanks, mate. And, yeah, it's just, I don't know. I'm just an old boy reliving my athletic. And what is it after you do something strenuous and you sort of sit down and you start feeling tired, but then you start to feel really good? I don't know what all that stuff must leave you or whatever, but I feel like, don't get me wrong, I was tired, but I feel really healthy and really, sinuses and but everything's going well. I enjoyed the run. Muscle memory. I tell you, Andy, the mind wants to do more than the body's letting me do. The mind's saying, you can do it, big fella. Come on, let's go. Yeah. I think I'm gonna get some in the coming weeks. I'll email you some photos, Shawnee. Yeah, the active wear crowd. Like the headbands, the sweatbands, like Olivia Newton-John, Let's Get Physical, all that sort of stuff. There's old blokes wearing those, and it was bitterly cold. It was 5 degrees with the wind chill coming off the water. It was cold. And I said to the fast pacer walker, this lady, I said, we won't get a sweat up today being so cold. And she said, you'd be surprised. And when we're coming home, I didn't feel sweaty at all, but when we're coming back, it's like a kilometre to go. Next minute now, you can feel the chill from the sweat on your back, like your jumper. That's why you don't wear the heavier clothing. And they've got like bag places and bag watches, and you hang your stuff up and go back and get it when you're finished. Yeah, that's going to be my regular Saturday morning if I'm not working, and I'm going to do a few extras in the week ahead as well to just try to improve. I can't see me beating that time again because I really pushed myself. I can't see myself beating that time. I pushed myself pretty as fast as the old body wanted to go. And if I do beat the time, it's only going to be minuscule. But yeah, I'm just going to take it easy, enjoy. That's exactly what it says. But isn't it wonderful that like this family from Queensland would talk to you? It's not the first time. I've been caught at the shops a couple of times saying, I watch your videos, mate. Keep them going. Good on you, champ. How does it? Another guy stopped me and wanted to know, how do I get into the YouTube game and how does it all work? And do you really get paid? Do you make money? I said, mate, you're not going to get a job out of it. You're just going to get pennies, but yeah, it was, you feel very uncomfortable filming. Like maybe if you had a camera stuck to your hat, one of those little 360 GoPros or whatever they are, 180 or something, that just as you're moving along. I might even try something like that later. Maybe not straight away. But I did film every time. I tried to film without filming people, if that makes sense. Like a few people from the back, like up high, looking along the it's amazing seeing 300 people take off. But sadly, by the time I get to there's this section of track that goes around, the path goes around, and you can see this big arc. And yes, Andy, they definitely fell over a few times when someone went on them, and they went down like someone hit them with a sledgehammer. But everyone knew it was going to be tight. It shows you how good, like they're the champions of Africa, or their conference, and we needed a more power in the midfield by somebody, and we needed one or two quality strikers to hold the ball up. The young kids that were up there, the young blokes that are up there, they're only going to get better, especially with another few seasons of Championship or Premier League football or first team football. But people like Jackson Irvine and players like that, you could see the quality that they play week in, week out in the German Bundesliga, and then they're playing against these guys, and they're holding. Like, people are going to get scared of what Australia can do in the world game because we're only going to get bigger and better. Look at South Korea; they're almost getting. Like my daughter was telling me today about, they're getting death threats, and they're going to do something to the coaching. They got to fix the from the top down at the administration, because we should not have been kicked out at that first chance they got kicked out. Hey, the Moose, good to see you, mate. Just been telling everyone about how athletic I am. But if you'd have to go back to the replay because I can't say it twice. Wait, did you share your warm up and get ready for walking routine? Yeah. Well, what I did, Shawnee, I got down there half an hour early. I walked down to the beach with my camera to film the surf, the sand. That's when I found the volleyball that was floating in the water. And so I got the newsflash. Yes, I'm the pin-up boy for overweight people. I found the volleyball, basically filmed that, walked back, went up to the surf club, handed it in, said, "Hey, he's missing the volleyball." They said, "Oh yeah, one floated away," and I said, "Well, it's back on the beach. Here you go." And then went up the top, done some stretching, stretched the calves, the glutes, the hammies, the hamstrings. What I didn't do is a few other stretches. I need to do more on the groin. And right at the end of the walk, my toes were feeling numb, which I'm told that's lack of oxygen in the blood. So you weren't breathing heavily enough. So anyway, I got to practice my breathing. There's all these professionals down there actually medical professionals as well, telling you, "You okay? Yep. You need anything? No, I'm all good." Well, I'll tell you what, my toes were feeling a bit numb towards the end there. And they talk about footwear, but then they say, "You know what? Like I had cellulitis," and they're saying, "You're probably not getting enough blood flow. You've got to just relax, stretch, and breathe better. Breathe in good deep breaths, get the lungs full of oxygen so it can go in the blood and pass around your body." Honestly, it's like having coaches for the average Joe who's down there. A lot of people don't worry about it. A lot of people walk straight past them and finish. But, you know, I'm going to utilize this to the max and utilize it to my advantage anyway. Might as well. They're there for a reason. They're there to help the community. And if you want to, I'm probably one person who needs it at the moment. Yes. Well, not many people could score many goals against us. And when you look at all the goals we conceded, there wasn't very many quality goals against us. They were either, like when we played the USA, there were two lucky bounces, the ricochets, and the ball ended up at someone's feet and they went, oh, bang. It wasn't like they played around us and went 1, 2, 3 and bang, they scored. So I can see America getting smashed in the next round. I can see it looks like being probably Spain, France final. No offense to the Americans, but they're talking themselves up and they struggled to beat Australia. They couldn't beat Turkey. Everyone else beat Turkey. So they got into the next game and they got through there with a couple of lucky goals again. Anyway, it's the World Cup. Anything can happen. Poor circulation. Yep. Breathe in through your nose and out through your mouth. Yeah, there's all sorts of it's amazing. And they've even got companies down there that, they're there with their little display, if you wanted to purchase whatever they're selling or if you wanted to buy whatever they... Yeah, there weren't St. John's ambulance down there, Andy, either. There are different... There's like doctors, proper physios, there was masseuse. Like if you actually wanted a massage, you can lay on the table out in the open there and get some guy giving you a rub down. You can do that before you start, and you can do that when you come back. It costs you nothing. Absolutely nothing. They're all volunteering for the community's benefit. It's probably see, right now there's a game of AFL going on over in Penguin. Tell us about the after the walk snacks. Okay, let me look at this. Here we go. Talk about the after the walk snacks. Well, the walk finished. I'm huffing and puffing, and then a bunch of people wanted to talk to me, and I took, like, I didn't take a full bottle of water. I had a half drunk bottle of water, so I took that with me. I drank the water when we finished, and I thought, oh man, I needed that. I was feeling just a bit, I don't know, run down. But I had the water. I'm still here, am I? Something went funny on the computer. Yep, still here by the look of me. Yeah, so we I've come back. I went in and seen the lovely Mrs. Radio, where she was volunteering and helping out where she does on a Saturday. I bought her and her colleague a couple of drinks and a few things that they might have wanted. And I said, "Do you want something?" And they said, "Sure." So got them for them. They said, "You're looking terrible. You're looking red in the face." I didn't feel it. I said, "Yeah, well, I better go home. I got YouTube videos to make for Outback Tasmania." So anyway, I drove home, come inside. Washing machine needed work on it. Daughter was having trouble with it. Fixed that. Sat down. After that's the same drink. I've had this one drink. Any sponsors out there? Definitely sugar free. Hit me up. With e-bikes as well. I could do this wonderful e-bike scooter thing. So, yep. I sat down, and I have not eaten a thing. I have went upstairs. Yes, hashtag e-bike. This old boy needs one. If I had an e-bike, I could have rode the e-bike there, parked it in the spot where they all park. What the heck is that? Something. Anyway, so if any sponsors out there want to show how an e-bike can really help an overweight person lose weight, I would be the perfect person for that. I don't know. It looked like a bug. Didn't feel like it was walking on me. Felt like it was a bit of cotton or something. But look at this weight. That's where I got a big chunk taken out of my chest a few years back, right there. Yeah, they'd have to dig in like about this deep to get it all out. It was like a big hole that they had to stitch underneath the skin, and they had to stitch over the top of the skin. And I can, it still feels terrible. But that's another story. Yes, it's the fuzz. There was no fuzz down there this week. I was looking for the police, and they were there last week in numbers. They weren't there this week. Yeah, so Outback Tasmania will probably put a video out. Oh, there's a ship leaving right now. Isn't that sweet? Very slowly. Who enjoyed the video of the trucks dumping off the wood chips? Actually, this ship leaving is actually dumping off, taking the wood chips with him. The one with the black hole with the little blue thing on there. back. Oh, there's the sky. Look at that. So the one, let me see if I mirrored this camera. How do I do that? Go back into the settings. Oh, Gandalf. There's a if you've instead of watching the big video, which I get monetization for, I got a little one out on Radio Jonesy Clips on that channel. There's a little one out that goes for, I sped it up like 10 times or something. So when you see it go up, it goes up a lot quicker. It's pretty freaky, actually, how they do that. You think it would damage the oil and that in the trucks, like the engine oil and the lubrication, all the stuff that trucks have. Man. This old gentleman here with the hunchback, he walks all the way down to the supermarket. And then he walks all the way back carrying a big bag, like bags of groceries. I don't know. It probably keeps him going, more than likely. Okay, so slowly that ship is leaving. It's probably going as fast as I was running. But yeah, we're supposed to have blue sky and sunshine for 2 days. You can see by the clouds. Man, I don't think we're going to. Today's the first day it stopped raining. The whole fire pit is like a swimming pool, completely full to the brim of rainwater. That's how much rain we had. It absolutely bucketed down. And the ground is wet, and like I've got to do the back of the studio. I haven't finished that completely. That's coming together nicely. But I'll do that tomorrow, weather permitting. Need to get a video out again once a week. I seem to be getting about 30 to 40 watch hours per video if I make them half an hour or longer. So I need to, and the way the watch hours are working, if I keep going the way I'm going, I'll definitely get there in 12 months. But my 12-month cycle has come around. Hey, Joanne, good to see you, my dear, and welcome in. See, she likes Gandalf more than me and you, Shawnee. We only got one. Look at Gandalf. He got smashed with him. Oh, Gandalf's coming back with him as well. But that ship's sailing away. Sailing away. Yeah, we only got the same Demus. Let me fix this camera. Yeah, so we've done the fun run or fast walk, even slow walk. Joanne is my little sister. Isn't that nice? There we go. Okay. Thanks, Joanne. Feel much better now. Yeah, I wasn't going to go live if these other people were live, but I didn't see them live, so off I went. I just thought I'd jump on. Trying to get some watch hours for the old Outback Tasmania. Good to see you over here, Joanne. I'm swinging the log splitter very hard just before I've come in. I've got some nice slow motion action footage of Me being a big unit, swinging it, and watching the blocks just go. Yeah, looks pretty cool when you use the camera. The old camera's got the slow motion. It's super slow motion, but I can't. It only does 8 seconds of super slow motion, so you've actually got to press the button and then with 8 seconds pick up the axe and split the log. And by the time I pick it up and try to split it, it just doesn't work. So I need an assistant to do the super slow. But yeah, it's all good stuff. How are you celebrating your 4th of July, all you Americans over there? Are you doing anything special? Is there anywhere you're going, or are you just going to sit back and listen to the gunshots and the fireworks from your safety of your house? Okay, so Joanne's found something funny today. Gandalf wants to know, what was that, Joanne? It's a surprise, Gandalf. I'll tell you what, it's so much fun having a community of like wonderful people that have been really supporting me from day dot. So I really do appreciate each and every one of you that are here. More than you know, to be honest. Yeah, 250th, eh? The 4th of July. There'll be fireworks, there'll be gunshots, there'll be all sorts of things. Yeah, Gandalf, it is 2 p.m. on the 4th, so 2 in the afternoon. Yeah. That ship's sailing away. I can feel the coolness, like the mid. Yes, it's gone down to 11 now. It was 13 before. I can feel it actually sitting here, cooling down. Oh, we'll put the fire on. Actually, tonight? Yeah, see, again, if we're supporting the American theme, tonight we're having hamburgers, and French fries or chips. To be honest, hamburgers and chips. I got that planned for tonight's dinner. Got the hamburgers ready to go. I've got to get some lettuce actually in the next 2 hours. I have to have a head of lettuce. Wouldn't it be nice to be able to walk out the backyard and get one of those baby lettuces that I've got growing? But they're just not that big at the moment. Yeah, it's I was watching a video on the news the other day. There was some fireworks. Some guy's house was burning down with fireworks. Started going off inside the house that they had stored there, and basically the house caught fire from the fireworks, and they were trying to wait for the fire truck to turn up and try to put it out. Without my blue jacket, you're a bit chilly there, Joanne. Yeah. I'll tell you what. I was talking to some Queenslanders today. Like Queensland's like Florida, so they're like warm weather most of the year. Yeah, summer could get too hot. Winter is sort of quite nice, but it's still warm and hot and humid and sticky and stuff. And I was talking to these Queenslanders down. They're all wearing quality winter jackets, and it's a thing you notice about tourists. They've got, if they're here in winter, it's probably the perfect time now is for a tourist to come to Tasmania, especially if you're thinking of moving to Tasmania. Like if you don't come down in winter, you will never get surprised how cold it can be. It's not cold. Like Americans, certain places in America, cold can be freezing. But if you're from Florida and you turn up to Arkansas in the middle of winter, there's a bit of a temperature change. It's sort of similar here. If you're from Queensland and you come down here in the middle of winter, you go, OMG, it is absolutely freezing. And I said to him, so how long have you been here for? Because we've had about a week of rain, storms, and they said, yeah, we've been here for about a week. And I said, well, you've copped the worst rain that we've had in nearly 3 years. It's absolutely been bucketing down. And they said, we're surprised it's not as, we thought it would be colder than what it is. So it is quite nice that they've come down and sort of put their toe in the water and tested it out. Lovely person is coming down to purchase a property, selling up in Wynnum Manly in Brisbane, and hopefully moving downtown here somewhere. It's funny because they said that we've got 3 things we want, and they're exactly what we wanted when we come down here. We want a view of something. It can be land, it can be mountains, but we want a view. It could be water. We want to be able to walk to shops, and we want a hospital close by. And these are young people too. They're not older people. I think person might be in that profession. But anyway, they're the 3 things that we wanted. I said that's exactly what we asked for when we come down here. So they've got about 5 real estates on the hunt for maybe a property. And I said, now's the time to do it. Well, everyone now are getting their houses ready. People who want to sell their houses are getting them ready for springtime because there's not much movement in the housing market. And to be honest with you, with the federal government doing all this stuff to stop people investing in properties now, so all these investors they're getting taxed to the yin-yang. Our government are taxing us more now than we've ever been taxed. So if you're making money, they want it. So everyone with investment properties and things like that, now there's these extra taxes you have to pay. So like if you start a business, your partner in that business is the federal government because they'll take 50% of what you make. Yes, you heard me correctly. 50% goes to the government. How does that motivate a young man or woman today to start a business? You'd have to factor all these factors in there. Like in the past, you'd have good accountants that could definitely get your income right. So when you do your tax, you don't, because you need money to go out. Yeah, obviously you got to put money back into your business to grow your business. Just Australia is turning into a disaster zone for locals, but housing prices are starting to drop minuscule. They are ridiculously high now, but the prices have just come down. So come down like 5% or something in the last couple of months. Interest rates are going to go up. There's all sorts of stuff happening here. So people are leaving. I think last year, more people left Australia than any time in our history. More Australians went overseas, went to Asia, Russia, all these different places to move to because they're getting taxed to the yin-yang right here. And it was better for them to move further afield. And heaps of older Australians are going to places in Asia where you get more bang for your buck. Whether you can. This Japanese thing is really fascinating. The Japanese economy is crashing. There's so many older houses that have been let go by the families. Just say an older family, it's not like anywhere else in the world. I don't know why it's so different over there, but if you move out of a house and you still got to pay your land rates and your taxes for that property. But just say, yeah, long lost uncle dies and he's left the house to whoever, nephews and nieces or whoever he gives the house to, they've got to pay the taxes on that house. So in Japan, like, because it's such all the younger folk all move into the bright lights of the city. So all these rural areas have got empty houses because people have either moved away, and the youth that inherited these houses hand them back because they don't want to pay the taxes and they don't want to live there because they want to live in the city. So there are hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of these houses. You'll see it on YouTube. If you look into, there's a lot of people saying, I bought a house for $17,000 Australian. Check it out. It just needs a little bit of work. But I can live here now 3 months. I've got to get out of the country. And then I can come back in for another 3 months. And I've got to get out of the country for a day, a week, whatever. And then I can come back in. And they live in that sort of lifestyle. Well, one of my family members is flying out to Japan in a couple of weeks. And that's correct there again. If any time businesses get taxed, it's the consumers that pay that tax. And just remember, all taxes go to the government, and boy, do they need to be audited better than what they are, because they blow it doesn't matter if you're in America, Australia, New Zealand, wherever. Governments just waste money. I was watching, what's that video? There was a video on last night while I was watching. And g'day, Brett, good to see you, mate. I'll keep up with the comments because Brett's pretty harsh on me. So I've got to keep up. Yeah, so anyway, long story cut short, the daughter's going to go over there and she's going over there and playing happy tourist in certain areas, and then going to see it's again off. So I'm looking forward, and she's got this lovely camera that she got too, so I'm looking forward. I wanted to test it on me today, but she wouldn't do the video editing. She'd film me, but no, there's no point filming unless you're going to get it into a video. But I don't know what I got. I got half of a run, half of a beach walk. I've got half of me chopping firewood today. I don't know what I'm going to do. I've got to go cash me cans. Again, I've got aluminium cans filled up in 2 big bins out the back. I've got to get them down to the recyclers to get a little bit of cash for them. And Shawnee does grow. I tell you what, her garden channels, it's good now that she's out and about. She's filming actually on site, outside. She actually went live today, in and out of the house, which was wonderful to see this morning, my time, which would have been early evening, late afternoon, I'm assuming. Well, I watched a little bit of that on YouTube. We are going to Bobbleheads Freedom Weekend tomorrow. We are so excited. I got to remark these buttons. Say hi for me, will you, when you get there, because he's a pretty cool guy. Say hi to most of them. Brett, there's Back to Good, Rachel at Back to Good. I don't know what she's having I don't know what's going on there, but she's by herself now. So say hi to her for me if you get a chance. She's there at the moment, I've seen. So I don't know how far away is that. Like, how long of a drive is that for you to get there? Hopefully not too far away. And thank you. Thanks, mate. Really do appreciate it. So I'll give him a slap on the back and say, that's from Tasmania. Outback Tasmania. Tell them to start watching Outback Tasmania. Really stir them up. Tell them I'm an angry man. I'm turning into the Tasmanian devil. We're about an hour and a half away. Oh, that's pretty cool. And Bobblehead too. What a cool dude he is, honestly. With thanks, mate. Appreciate you. With with his health issues and a few things like, and to call himself Bobblehead, because he's got the Twitch going, and then he works so hard when the elections are on because he's got a job with one of the political parties, being whatever he does. Just a cool cat. I really do. I do enjoy watching him do his thing. I haven't got chickens yet for here, but I'm definitely getting chickens. Gonna sort them out. How, like, you got to fence out possum? How bad are your possums with blah blah blah? How bad are possums with chickens? Does anybody know? Because we do have possums here. Bandicoots are really bad with chickens. Yeah, tell them I'm an angry Tasmanian. They all want me to come to their channel, but they never come and watch. That's so YouTube-ish. Oh, no one comes to me and watch me. But where is Shawnee? Because we've got to be organic. You've got to get organic growth to work for YouTube. You need people to find you who want to watch you. You don't want to be twisting anyone's arm to say go watch him because he watches you. All that stuff's garbage. You find something you like. Yeah, possums will eat your chickens. I was sort of worried about that. I need to build a nice, secure enclosure. Possums shouldn't bother you, the chickens. So Australian possums are a little bit different from the American ones, but possums are possums. We've got possums in the trees next door that come into our tree, and I was going to build the chicken run on that fence line, but it was going to be like with a roof. It wasn't going to be open, so I want to enclose, but then I want to let them out foraging and doing a few little things in the different open areas during the day, and that's probably the way. Let them out in the day. Let them in their play. Bandicoots, yes. Bandicoots snap their heads off and leave them alone. Bandicoots are nasty. They just bite the heads off and leave the rest of the bird alone. We did have a bandicoot. He's gone. I don't know if someone caught him, but we had one here about 2 years ago. He's disappeared, so it's pretty awesome. We've had rabbits in the backyard, wild rabbits. They've disappeared again. Oh, raccoons. I'm glad we haven't got them here. Let me say that. And yes, raccoons are the nasty little buggers that they are. Raccoons. Hey, the tugboats are still sitting out there. The ship left and the two tugboats are still sitting out there floating around. I keep saying I got to get a zoom camera so I can zoom out and show you, but there must be a ship coming in. Now, over the years we've been here, there's a bunch of trees that have grown up, and it takes a bit of the water view from the corner looking up the beachway. So I can't see if that ship's on its way in this lower level of the house, but I'm sure that it is because the two tugboats are floating around. Wouldn't that be a cool job? Bloody tugboat operators. Wow. we were in the US in 2020. We were in Dallas, and we were checking the oil and stuff in the cars. We were heading up. Where were we going? We were heading up towards Memphis from Dallas, and before we went, we're checking the water and the oil and that sort of thing. And our roadies had this little white car van thing with a trailer and all the stuff we'd load into it. And they opened up their bonnet, and there was just like nuts and all sorts of things that the squirrels had got into. And then they had to check all the wiring. And then they had to, I don't know what they did to get the squirrels out, but they did something which they said they weren't supposed to do. But they did that to save their car from what Gandalf just says there. Cost him $5,000 to have all new wiring installed. That's so crazy. Yep. But that's what he was saying to me, the roadie. He said, I'll fix these little so-and-sos. So I'm not sure what he did, but he fixed the problem. And if I did know what he did, I'm not saying. Possums smell like burnt tires. Nothing against them, really. I just wanted to stay away from my chickens. Anything can even possibly harm the chickens. Seeds to stay away. Yeah, mate. I'm. How do you go with rats and mice with your chickens as well? Is that a big problem with anybody? Is that an issue that I should be concerned about? I know we had mice under the house. I've poisoned most of them. 2/3 of vehicles have headlights out because of rodents. Oh, wow. Yeah. Well, it's it is a sort of a crazy thing that like rodents and wildlife can cause so much grief to a mechanical vehicle because they just want to get in there, and they get in there for the warmth, and they get in there to why would an animal think plastic around wires is good to eat? Why would they? What is the attraction of eating plastic or rubber? Got me beat. Got me beat, indeed. But in saying all that, you know, if you live out in the country, the old saying, you know, you are where you live, you are what you eat, all that sort of stuff. So, yeah, chickens kill the rodents. Wow. Awesome, Brett. Yeah, they can get, they do get aggressive. And like, with how many chickens do you put one rooster with? There's another question for you. I'd like to know these things. Because we got possums in the next door neighbours have got possums in their roof. They come out, they hang in these trees. So they've cut these trees down. Now the possums haven't come out of the roof. So they've got to get people in there to. Yeah, and yet few insects eat plastic. It's sort of weird, isn't it? One rooster to 5 or 6 hens. And have you hatched? Like, I shouldn't be asking this. I should be watching your channel, Brett. But have you hatched any new chicklings, like chickens? Hatchlings? What do you call them? Little chicks. It's so cool seeing them in a like in one of the temperature controlled environments where they kept warm, and then they hatch out of them eggs and they, yeah. So we're at the stage now with the garden, right? So we're going to put a fence across the middle of the backyard, going from one fence line to another fence line, and we're going to split our yard into like thirds. And the idea of that is if the wallabies do get in, which they do, they will. They haven't been in for a while, and I've got all these vegetables growing, and we did 2 batches through incubators for about a total of 12 chickens. Nice. One hen went broody and tried to hatch some eggs on her own, but we think a snake got her eggs. Ah, man, that's sad. Yeah, I'm told by the neighbours snakes have been seen on our ridge line at the back here, but we haven't. We haven't seen a snake since we've been here. The grass is way too long right now. Summer's obviously around the corner, so I need to get out there and fix that problem. Big hawks and eagles, we sure do, buddy. We sure do. Yeah, I'm definitely going to have them enclosed, and I'm not going to have their runs really big. I'm going to have their runs manageable, maybe. I don't know. I'm still sussing out the best way of doing it. And Brett, do you have any guineas? No, Joanne, we had guineas at one time, and we would like to get more, but we don't have any right now. I'm trying to speak quicker too because of you, Brett. God dang it. I got to write on them tabs again. They've been moved around. The things are where the buttons used to be. Like I go press where the drums were, and there's crickets. Now I moved I call that the Joanne sound over to there. So the drums now must have moved to here. Oh man, I'm definitely going to come over and meet you one day, brother. I definitely will. You're a cool dude, and you've got tons of stories. You got plenty of charisma and spunk and everything else that goes on with being a good guy. How's with what's happened with me too? Like I used to work very casual, and I've got put on as a regular worker, I'm almost permanent, but I'm getting paid casual. So I don't have the time to watch like the Monday morning lives with Peter, which is his Sunday live, and then he's got his Wednesday lives. They're around 8 a.m., 8:30, 9 a.m. Everyone that goes live at that sort of 5 o'clock in the afternoon or 7 o'clock at night, they're in the middle or the early part of our workday, and it's very hard for me to get on YouTube. So I haven't seen Peter for ages. So how's he going on his property? He's got that young bloke moved in with him and helping him out, I'm assuming. He's got problems with cats, I was reading. His cats are had kittens and they're all got problems, and he's spending all his money, or he's raising money to try to get them fixed. I'm sure he's doing something like that. I can't have anything, but if I could, I surely would have guineas. Yep. They look so, they're like quails, aren't they? Guineas are like a quail, smaller bird. Oh, man, that's fantastic. Thanks, Brett. Well, that is great news. Yeah, I haven't had like I was saying before. I get the heck is that? I got a spot on me that I didn't know I had. Um, yeah. When I first met Peter Oldman King, I watched his channel and I watched the video and I thought he used to do, "Hi, my name is Peter, and in today we're going for a drive to wherever," and then he talks about his drive, and then he'd come back and sit in his chair and he'd say, "And for today I've got chickens, done this and this, done that," and I thought, this guy is interesting. It is very strange he's going to be as popular as he got, because I just thought no one's going to watch this. And then you get to know him and you think, oh man, look at this. Look at him from where he was to where he is now. Yeah, I'm pretty happy, you know. But remember the old Guineas remind me of those Kardashians from Star Trek. Yeah, the ones with the big. Whatever. I used to love watching Star Trek. They went out. They really haven't done anything else, have they? Oh, there was something on one of the streaming services. Yeah. If that makes any sense, they're weird looking birds and they're noisy. Yeah. He's got that sort of, he's like that friend you want to have. You want to always keep an eye on him, make sure he's all right. He's sort of that sort of person. But I don't know if these cats are going to send him bankrupt or something. Like, he spends a lot of money on his pets. Yeah. He does love his animals. Yep. I think, like I was saying, I think they're going to be the downfall if he keeps the cats going the way they're going and ends up with more and more and more and more. Oh, geez. It's good to have your favorite few. Not too sure about having a whole herd of cats roaming the property. I think we had one cat in our house. He unfortunately passed away. And he's buried in the backyard in a lovely location. I'll tell you what, if I was ever going to get buried anywhere, I would love to get buried where he's got a view. He's got a lovely spot under a tree. Yeah. And he used to be a good mouser as well. He'd catch a few. So I've run a lot of poisons now because we've only got Charlie to worry about, but I've chucked a lot of baits out for these mice, and I think I've got rid of them. Powerball animals almost never go to the vet. So what's a Powerball animal? Yep. Our dogs get chicken legs, quarters twice a week. Yeah, Charlie. Charlie gets. Look at this. Charlie. Well, Charlie's asleep. He ain't moving for nobody. Must have had a bad night last night. Oh, sorry about the camera work. Woof woof. Yeah, if Charlie was a YouTuber, he would do something like this. Me and the daughter had big plans for that channel. Yeah, he's just curled up. He's sound asleep. Yep, our animals really go to the vet. And vets can be extremely costly. Shawnee's just popping back. She's over with a few of the regulars that I'm sure she said she wasn't going live, Shawnee. And then she did go live. I am shocked. What time have we got? We've been going for an hour and a half. We've been doing well. Yeah, I've got about half an hour to go, and then I've got Charlie. I'll tell you what, Charlie is that well loved and the beauty of his whole life is that we can find him on YouTube. I had him on lives when he was just a pup in my hand, like a tiny little thing. So he's had a wonderful life. The only thing I think he's missing is a brother or a sister. And you know what? He's full. Like the litter that he come from, there's about 6 in the litter, and they all got sold close by. And we live on a nice sort of walking area. And one of his full sister walks past most days, every day. And they look up at the window and they say, Charlie, Charlie. And I was out the front because Charlie's looking down going, woof, 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 you know. And then the dogs, but that's his full sister actually walking past. Beautiful dog. More brown too. Remember when Charlie was a puppy, he had a brown face? Well, this dog's kept that brown where Charlie went white. But Charlie needs a girlfriend. Yep. He definitely does, I think, Gandalf. And the lovely Mrs. Radio says, we're not getting another dog. We are not getting another dog. We are not getting... Well, she didn't want this dog. And she loves this dog like it's a little baby. Comes home. Has anyone fed Charlie yet? I said, even if I said yes, she'd still feed him something extra. And if I said no, she would give him the biggest cooked meal that I would have eaten. You know, like he gets better looked after than me. And he breaks wind terribly. Charlie. Gee, willikers. Oh, Charlie. Charlie. Yes, Charlie's let one rip. Silent and deadly. Ugh. And he hey buddy. Good boy. Good boy. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls of the gardening world, I'm bringing to you live from the YouTube world one of the best gardeners I've ever known. And here she is, the one, the only Shawnee Grays.
Hello, Radio Jonesy. And audience, you have 10 watching.
Yes, that's wonderful.
It is.
I was going to pull the plug, actually. I'm going to go buy a head of lettuce, but that's later.
Oh, too bad there isn't a head of lettuce in your outback backyard urban garden.
Thanks for that, Liz Adam. Hey,
Adam.
Mate, yeah, your content has given us a nudge. We need to move to Tassie. Love your work. Thank you very much, Adam. I do appreciate those sort of comments, and I met one person today actually in town and said something very, very similar. Um, it's there's a lot of locals, believe it or not, there's a lot of locals who say, please don't encourage them to come down. There's enough of them here now.
Oh, yeah.
That sort of stuff. I get that quite regularly, especially not on YouTube comments, usually in person. People who know me and know what I do and see what I do.
Don't be sending weirdos here.
No, but
You guys need a workforce, though.
yeah, for sure. And I tell you what, Tasmania is probably. I wish I was here 40 years ago. Like I really
Wow.
do. I wish I set myself up here that long ago because
Mhm.
I know where I could have been and what I could have done. Maybe in the radio scene or the music scene down here, I could have every there's ifs and buts, but
And coconuts, yeah.
yeah, I would have. Well, put it this way: I'm enjoying my time here right now, and you got to live in the moment, and the moment is where it's at, and you got to love Tasmania, especially this time of year. Tons of rain. Absolutely, that fire pit is overflowing. Like the water filled up that whole fire pit.
Mm.
It's like
Yeah, it doesn't drain.
someone put a bucket. No, because of your very good points. It doesn't rain, Shawnee. But it saves water, and then all that wonderful, wonderful ash is now a wet ash at the bottom of the fire pit. So I don't know. Do I just tip it straight out again, let it run down into the bottom garden, or do I scoop it out with a shovel and put it wet onto the garden?
There's a chemical reaction that happens when ash gets wet, and I don't know if it only happens when it's hot or if it happens like what we're talking about. It rained on a fire pit. Are we using the ash in a garden? Is it going in a compost pile? And I'm trying to look it up because I don't remember what point is it make that reaction.
Well, the two big 240-liter compost bins that I'm using. I'm cutting two big holes in the bottom of them now. I'm going to make them just a standard lifted off and lifted over compost system. I'm not going to have it on wheels anymore because I almost busted my everything trying to lift it up to tip it out last week. I didn't realize how heavy that got. So it does work well as a compost bin. The old garbage bins that we got, brand new garbage bins here, the 240-liter with the lid on wheels, and trash cans, whatever you want to call them. And I've turned them into compost systems. I drilled holes in the bottom of them, but oh man, they got heavy.
So
up and away with the garbage bins next time you see them.
When rainwater touches cooled wood ash, it causes the water to turn into lye. So that can spike the pH. Like you've heard of lye. I think that's what's made in soap.
Okay.
So I'm trying to now look at, okay, like, is there a waiting period? Do we let it dry out? I'm not sure if anyone in the chat. Well, my power's about to go out. Joanne, glass.
That's no good. Well, it's a good time if it does go out. You can always go to bed.
It's late at night, yeah. Unless it's really hot and she needs her air conditioning.
Well, yes, definitely. But it's how was the live over with Carol?
Mangoes. It was very foreign to my Minnesotan ways over here. It was she went to a mango festival. And it was taste testing mangoes. So there's citrus notes and coconut notes and fibrous and all these words. So I was just throwing out ways to use mango in the chat.
I heard you before when you were live, and you said you're going live, and she said, "Oh, I don't know, maybe I might do that." So I went on and I looked who's live, and nobody come up at 1:00 my time, And I thought, you know what? I'll press the button, go live. So I did have a look to see if she was.
Yeah, I didn't even know about it. It was like 14 minutes in, and I went, "Oh, there's a live." And then I saw you were live, and I went, "Oh, hopefully
Yeah.
he's live long enough so I can come visit."
Well, I've got to go down and get a head of lettuce. This is when I need that garden to be perfect out the back.
Yes, because then you just go grab it from the
Yeah.
back.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I did have a pop-up live for anybody that didn't know. I showed the front yard rental home in town garden and a little bit of the container garden that I have on the deck. You don't have Nightbot.
Yeah, not on this channel.
Mm.
On Radio Jonesy, I do, but this is a different email account, which is a good way to do YouTube if you have multiple channels. Let me say, if you do something wrong and YouTube can you, for whatever reason, your whole email account system gets canned. So yeah, so whoever you can, if you've got 4 or 5 channels monetized and they're all in the one email with YouTube, actually Floodwatch is coming up on my my warnings here right now. Floodwatch.
Yeah, we had total this week together 6 inches, which was really good. Cheers from Canada. I hope you had a good Canada Day this week.
Canada, eh?
So, we had 30 minutes away, there was flooding. Rivers were overflowing. Freeways were closed. Roads were getting washed out, but we were okay where we're at. So
Nice.
when you have a flooding, I mean, you're not affected where you live, but what happens
No,
in
no.
your town?
Yeah, no, the water can't get it. Just say the high tide's in and the drains can't. Sometimes the high tide comes up to where the drains go out into the ocean. So that water at those drains is blocked, and so the drains don't drain, and the roads start where all the water goes on the road. Then we had a couple of them coming home yesterday with the high tide. We worked in the wild west coast over in the Indian Ocean side of the island, like a 2.5 hour drive to get there for a fun day of doing not much. And then we done the job, and then we drove all the way home. But while we were there, we had to go down and check out these waves, and these waves were like hundreds of feet offshore, and they were just monsters just coming over. And they weren't waves where you could see surfers on. They were waves that just come over and went and down and whitewash and swirl. And if you're in there, you would be you wouldn't be living too long if you weren't a good swimmer. But there was no one in the water. I did film it.
Oceans are crazy. There's a woman, I think her name's Kelsey, and I think it starts with a P is the last name. She was rowing from California to Hawaii or whatever, Hawaii. Did you hear about this? Do you know about this?
Yeah. Oahu, is that where she's going?
Ooh, I think that's what it's called. Have you been watching her journey? It's fascinating, the storms that she comes across and the people she can talk to on her radio, and she did tours of her row boat and what she had to do to maintenance it and like how much little sleep she gets, and I think she actually made it now. I haven't seen the most recent little clip, but I think when I googled her just today, it said that she's completed it, and I think she was the fastest woman and she beat the men record too.
Yeah, a lot of that. Smash that like. Thank you very much. How do we say that? Renee Godden.
Renee Godden is my guess.
Look at this photo, if you can see it. But
oh, look at that. That's pretty.
That was at the beach.
It has all the things, the colors, the sun, the sky, the lines.
Yeah, that was that was just beautiful morning. But if you look to the left of the screen, the actual surf was way out where it was really rough.
Okay.
Anyway.
Yeah, I like that.
Quite enjoyed the. Like she was rough and ready.
That looks good too.
Yeah. It's a beautiful part of the island, but right there, if you look at a world globe, yeah, thanks for that. if you look at a world globe, there's nothing coming towards from the Indian Ocean side around the bottom of South America, and then it comes all the way to Tasmania. There's nothing to stop it. So we get this side of the island gets trees that could have come out of the Amazon, or trees that could have been,
Yeah.
and they float all the way to this side of the island, and then
Because there's no buffer anywhere.
there's none. No, it's wild and woolly ocean, and when the wind comes that way as well, oh man, it is absolutely crazy.
So okay.
Yeah, like the wind was like the wind was blowing that much. If you parked under a tree, you could get a massive branch on your roof. So you know these things when you go there to hang out.
Do you take a ferry ever, or is that not a thing?
A ferry to the mainland.
Is that a thing there?
Yeah. That's how you get your car to the mainland.
I got to see a ferry from a person. They sent me a video, and I was showing my kids about it in Canada. And
Canada,
so,
right?
Yeah, it was really interesting because I don't do that.
Yeah, no. Well, the ferry here is like a cruise ship. So you drive onto the ferry, and it's got, once you go into, you can either have a 12-hour, it's usually a 12-hour trip. They go really slow.
12 hours?
Yeah, they say it could be 10 hours, but by the time you get your car on and your car off, you sort of budget for 12. But it's only like 200 miles, 200 kilometers, or maybe 270 kilometers with the angles of the way the boat goes into from. And we see it leaving the island right on our waterline, and it's like this little midget ferry that, like, from where we can see it, where it comes out of Devonport, and it just goes straight across the horizon. But it's pretty cool. They go every day. There's two going like that.
Yeah.
So and right at the moment they're doing this massive winter promotion, like, come and try the difference or something. They've got this winter, come to Tasmania in winter and be brave. And they show these people running tippy-toeing down the beach, touching the water, and then running back. And then they go, it's too cold. And then they go, be braver. And they run in and they go, oh, I can't do it. And they go, you can do it. And then they run in and swim around, and they're floating around all smiles and go, oh, this is lovely. I'm telling you, it's freezing. But it's an ad that's doing the rounds.
It was explained to me like a cruise ship as well, as far as like there's restaurants and you get out of your vehicle and you can watch the pretty, landscape. But this one was like an hour and a half, not a 12-hour one. The sounds it made, yeah. The car alarms going off.
Yeah, the cars. Yeah, you gotta. If your car alarm goes, you get warned, right? You can get a fine for not having your car properly handbraked, like parked in the right spot. And if your car alarm goes off and they call you and you don't go down to fix the problem, you can get a massive fine. And on the ferry the other day, they caught like a car that had like, I don't know, $1 million worth of methamphetamine and.
No.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Like, you can't be that stupid to do it like that, because they must have got drugs through there in the past, because
oh my goodness,
there's security guards on the way in. Like, coming into Tasmania, you get examined for mud on your tires, for underneath they put cameras and mirrors underneath your car to see if there's any weeds or anything like that. The biosecurity coming here is horrendous for mainlanders. You would not believe it until you actually sit there and watch them do it.
Do you have to go through like a pressure power wash contamination station before they let you? Okay.
They make you leave. You have to leave the queue and get cleaned and then come back.
Okay.
Yeah. So if you've got, like, you get told all these things, you have to have all your tires clean. You have to have underneath you. If you've been driving in mud, you have to have all that off your car, or you won't be on the boat. So you can't bring if you got like potted plants, you can't bring them in the car with you. You can't bring fruit and vegetables. You can't bring any of that with you. You've got to eat it on the boat. Once you get there, it has to be gone because then you get told they get your rego of you going on with fruit and vegetables, and then when you come off, your car gets up. You over here, son, and your car gets taken away, like, and you've got to get completely gone over. And it's pretty surreal the way it works. But going home, like going from here back to the mainland, take whatever you want. Away you go.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
It's different, vice versa. Okay.
They don't care going back to the mainland because we're like the cleanest, pristine environment in Australia compared to the rest of the mainland. So whatever you take off here, it's take some seeds and grow some Huon pines. Like grow some big trees over there on the mainland.
Did I tell you what we found at the garden this week? I don't remember if I've seen you.
No, I'm not sure. And I do remember Gilligan's Island. I used to love that show. But yep.
We found a kitten.
A little cat.
Yeah, it's like 6 months old, I think, and we named it Eleanor. I think it's a girl from what I've seen. Because we always do vehicle themed, Cam, Turbo, Eleanor. Yep. So we're on day 4, I think, of her being there, and she stuck around.
The Andy and the Odd Collective, they've got a hit single called Eleanor Rigby.
No, I didn't know that.
You have to look it up.
Okay.
Eleanor Rigby lived in the church. It's the Beatles song, but they reworked it.
I was excited because I thought, okay, we have a mouse problem there. This will be our mouse cat once it's, figures all that out. But now there's a cat there pooping in the gardens, probably. And so now I have to figure all that out still.
Although an outdoor cat will do his business in the same sort of area. It won't. You'll find the area it's doing its business, and it'll keep going back to that one sort of spot.
Because it'll be outdoor. We haven't introduced it to Turbo because I think it's got a problem. Like I think it's sick, and so we're trying to see if it A, stays alive, or B, gets healthy before I introduce my cat to it.
Yeah. I'm from Canada, and polar bears protect our North Country.
There's polar bears in Alaska. They're massive.
I bet you they do. Yeah, and
they're huge.
They've caught ships. Like if you're sailing a yacht and you're sailing into Hobart, you get asked wherever like you've got to supply where you've arrived from. You just don't turn up here unannounced. So there is ways that yachts, but a lot of these yachts and boats would sail to a certain spot where a boat, like a local fishing boat or something, would go out and do their normal fishing, and then all of a sudden they'd be fishing. They'd be meeting up with somebody and getting their whatever they're bringing. Oh, Charlie.
Oh no! Is there a window we can crack?
Not really, but
okay.
There is, but.
Right there. Gandalf says stand up 10 feet tall. Yeah, this guy had hunted it with his team because they are in a village where they have to do that for safety, and had it laid out like on a sleds and stuff and sent me all those pictures, and it was crazy.
Yeah, we don't have the only bears we have are koala bears, and
koala bears.
Technically, koala bears. There's not that many in Tasmania, so they don't. Our climate's not suited to them. They're, but there are some here. But yeah, they're very rare in Tasmania. But in Queensland, you could go in Queensland, and when the mother kicks out the baby out, like once it's old enough to fend for itself, the mother usually kicks the drop bears. Yeah, well. When the mother kicks the baby koala out, the baby yells and screams, like they're fighting. Like, you can't do that to me. I'm coming back you got to look after me. And the mother they had this big fight, like, and they just make these weird noises. If you ever see fighting koalas, that's usually what it is. It's not usually a territorial thing. It's usually the mother trying to make the baby go, and it's time for you to fend for yourself. And you know when they eat their eucalyptus leaves, they get drunk on the alcohol from the eucalyptus. So you see koalas in a tree going, "Oh man!"
I didn't know that.
Yeah, they actually get this like the alcohol in their system from the eucalyptus.
Okay.
Yeah, and it's a thing where you can see them just chill, like they could sleep 12, 15 hours, and they just cling into a tree and they, oh man, oh baby.
Wow.
Koala bears, man. If I was ever going to come back as a funny animal, I'd come back as a koala bear
Fun fact, everybody.
or a wombat.
Really?
Wombats are fun. They tunnel. They make burrows.
Yeah, I read a whole book about it. It's a good story.
Yes, they eat roots and leaves,
Yes, it was.
and they poop out square bricks.
Oh, I didn't have that part in the book. That's interesting.
Yeah, they're Tasmania. That's impossible. Koala bears are cute. Yeah, koalas. We used to have a heap of emus, but all the the Aboriginal population was eating all the emus, and
Oh,
the Aboriginal population got basically kicked out of it. If you really want to know the history of the Aboriginal population in Tasmania, they basically nearly all got killed off with the wars, like the white men versus the locals. They just kept coming back, fighting and fighting and fighting, and with spears, and they kept getting shot. But that's a story for the history books that no one really talks about.
there's a lot of those in the world.
Yeah, they come out like squares, Gandalf. They come out like long squares, but it comes out longer than what you think. But then it snaps off, and there's these little cubes on the ground, and you say, "Look at that! That's a weird thing," and it's really good for your garden because
Is it a cold manure?
yes, another one.
Okay.
And the emus, I've been attacked by emus, unfortunately.
You've been attacked by emus.
Yes.
This isn't the story at the campground, is it? What animal was it at the campground that attacked your daughter?
No, that was a kangaroo. They pinched
Okay.
the joey. They picked up the
They
baby
stole the baby.
and they carried it while they're riding a bike, and the big mama and papa were chasing them, and
So what's
they could have got seriously hurt.
yeah? What's the emu story?
Just when like I was in the countryside where we used to grow up, there's an unannounced unknown car coming up. Yeah, and just so you see them, they're really stupid animals, right? Emus are. You ever think of a big bird and a pea brain like it's an emu, and they can kick and scratch. Like they walk like an ostrich, so their legs come out forwards, like their elbows or their joints are at the back, and they're really fast runners. But if they think they can get food out of you, they just come and peck you. They just come straight towards you. And their beaks are like as big as your hand, solid bone sort of beaks, and so like idiots, we were feeding some, and then this angry one come over and was basically pecking us all. And I've got a thing now. I hate them.
That's terrifying.
I really do hate them. They got nice big claws on their feet as well.
Did the car leave? Or are they going back down?
It's going back down, yeah.
Okay. They're lost.
Yeah, it's a no-through road where we are, and
right.
Different cars come up, and you go, well, they're either house looking or lost. Yeah, the other day there was when I had my surgery, there was a power outage right here in our house on the same day. And if I was working that day, I would have been working just up the road from the house. Right. So I'm sitting at home And next thing you know, car after car after car were driving up the street, and I'm going, well, that's unusual. And then they're all trying to turn around and come back. Well, the people doing the stuff that we usually do
Mhm.
were detouring traffic out of that street. They had to block a street off, and they
Yeah.
were sending him down our direction. And then instead of like you had to come down, turn right, then left. Well, they were turning hard left,
Yeah.
and they're coming up here to a fork of two dead ends, and then everyone's getting lost and angry and beeping horns, and it was quite fun. Me and Charlie were sitting in the sunroom because there's nothing else to do. I was on YouTube on the phone just watching, and here's another car, Charlie, and Charlie's looking at the glass, "Arr," and then they'd come back, and it was just fun.
Yeah, I wonder if your road would benefit, and maybe you say no because it's annoying, from a gate. Like, there's a gate, you can't come up here. How do you feel about that?
No, it's sort of not a done thing in Australia to do that.
Mm.
They call that a gated community. But yeah, it's a big sign says no through road.
I just would panic that somebody's gonna swipe my vehicle because you guys park on the road.
Yeah,
Oh,
and
nervous.
it's insured.
That's true. Yes.
I
It's
like
just a
to.
piece of paperwork that you gotta fill out.
Yeah, I know. I like the Tasmanian Devils from Bugs Bunny as well,
Mhm.
but they are such cute animals as young ones that are handled well. But if you meet one in the wild, they could chew your hand.
They've got some teeth and stuff, yeah.
And they got jaw pressure like you would not believe. That's how they rip apart carcasses. They're 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 part of the world here. Like their job is when they find like an animal that's in pain or a dying animal or something that can't get away, they herd them down and basically rip them apart. And if it's a dead carcass, they just they all come in from all different angles and just jaws bite on and they rip it apart. They are cute
So
little
they're a
fur.
pack animal then?
They're solitary, but they can hunt in packs. Like if they can smell blood from 4 miles away, like
Mm.
that, they'll hunt. Then they run like they can run like at 20 mile an hour. They can run pretty fast for these little furry animals. There's another ship coming in, by the way.
Ooh, what's this one?
Uh, this one is a bulk carrier. He's got
Oh,
four
okay.
4 cranes on him. I reckon he's getting wood chips as well.
My kids loved the wood chip thing. I wish
Truck.
I would have recorded them watching it for you.
Yeah. Did you see the music one I did?
I saw you cut it into a little, like it's just that, and no, I didn't watch the whole thing.
But that goes a bit quicker, so that you
I might
can,
have to show them again.
yeah, because that goes up really quick, and there's no talking. It's just that's one of them songs that I've done, and then I'm trying to put content out on what I'm not doing best. I've got a channel called Radio Jonesy Clips, and so I put little bits like I was chainsawing up the back and I fell over, and I didn't put that in the video, right? I slipped on the slope.
I shouldn't
fell
laugh
down,
at that. That was very dangerous.
and I landed in thorns. I landed in all the blackberry thorns, and all you hear in the video, that's in the Radio Jonesy Clips. All
I
you
don't
hear is,
think I've seen this one.
ouch. And then
Yeah.
I knew a camera was rolling, right? So I'm laying down in the thorns, and I go, dun, dun, dun. And then I press the button. And then I get out and go, you stupid idiot. Bloody hell. And I
right.
fell up, angry at myself for falling into it. Hey, buddy.
Oh, I'm trying to find the channel.
Yeah. It's Radio Jonesy Clips. If you haven't connected with that channel, you'll see little
Here we
things.
go. Radio Jonesy Network Clips. That's why I didn't have it.
Oh,
Share.
yeah. I changed it to network.
Copy. Yeah, I can't go to the garden right now. For those that didn't watch my live earlier, my van broke down. and it's a holiday weekend, but we did supposedly pick up some parts tonight, and we're going to work on it in the morning. And by we, I mean he, not I. And to be continued, because I can't do anything in the garden anyways when it's wet. So, perfect timing.
What do you want, buddy? Jump up here. Come on. Up.
Is Charlie doing stuff?
He wants something. He's jumping on me and saying, "Come on with me.
Come
with me."
Come. I'm gonna show you something. Yeah. We once I do get to the garden and it's dry, my goal is to pull grass out of places it shouldn't be. Yay. I might do a video with like, look at the weeds I have. I just don't know if it'll be members only or if it's for everybody. I don't know. I did do a short about growing potatoes in a bucket. It's a series I'm doing, and I talked about the green berries that form on the potatoes. Have you ever had that happen?
No.
Flowers. Okay.
Oh, flowers on the potatoes. Yeah.
Yeah, some varieties of potatoes on the flowers, these little berries that are green that look like tomatoes form. And I did a short talking about what they are and what you could do with them and what not to do with them. Gandalf says, Shawnee, have you read any more of the seed story? So nobody's triggered that to turn on. And I did think about just sitting down and doing, like, closing it out, reading it from beginning to end and having it done and like starting a new one. But I haven't had the time, but it is on my list. I have a clipboard, Gandalf. Of course, you know that, to do that. Especially for you. Did you remember my secondary 6 tubs that I put in for the potatoes, the seed potatoes I put in? So I've got the 4 hard tubs, the 6 hard tubs of potatoes, and they're growing very nicely. So I put 6. I went down to buy some more hard tubs to put these potatoes in, and the price like tripled on them pots. So I went and bought the small plastic ones that aren't going to last, but they'll do for the season. Yeah, okay. So I put I put a stack of shooting, what do you call potatoes when they start to shoot out? Yeah, chit. That's the word. Okay. So I put them in the new ones, and they've all just broke the surface this week with all that rain. Mm-hmm. So they're going to be, I filmed a little bit of that, but I've got to do a lot of. So you've grown potatoes a lot of ways now. Yes, potatoes are in the nightshade family, hence why some varieties make that green berry like a tomato, because tomatoes and potatoes are nightshades. It's a toxic berry. Spoiler alert. That's what I talk about in the short, and that you can grow a plant from them. He's going to hit the button. Man, they've all been changed. I've got to rewrite. Is that what happened? Yeah, I programmed one differently and they moved them all. They all moved around. Okay. But yeah, well, I'm very happy with the way the watch hours are going. So I've ordered a whole bunch of new stickers too with the new logo. So I've still got some of these ones. If anyone hasn't got one of these, Outback Tasmania. With his little jacket on. You can't really see his face. Okay, what are the new ones? The new ones? Well, man, they're magnificent. Okay. Charlie. What are you barking at? He's wagging his tail with his bum in the air. Like he's going to pounce? He's barking at the printer. What's wrong with the printer? What's wrong with the printer? I heard the squeaky toy. I watched the replay last week, and the squeaky toy. You can hear it. Yes. It's loud. Charlie, you'll go outside. What? What's up? OUT. He's barking at the printer. Well, if he's farting all the time, maybe he needs to go OUT. Oh, there's the printer. That's funny. Didn't like it. See? Oh, what is it? Well, he can't hear me. I got headphones. What is it, Charlie? What's that? Attack! Attack! Yeah, you tell him, buddy. Good boy. Good boy. Good boy. Come on. This is Charlie, by the way. If you haven't already met Charlie, he's got
his own YouTube channel, which is really neglected, but there's some nice slow motion shots of him on that one. I quite enjoy jumping over the onto the beanbag. He jumps over the camera. We filmed that at Christmas one year. We were just bored. But I used the slow-mo. Yeah, the slow-mo. You can film in slow-mo. Yeah, the fire was in slow motion in the last video. Well, I filmed in slow-mo of me splitting firewood, and you should see it when I chop it. Like,
Oh.
And then the split, like,
Mm-hmm.
and it just goes like that. But I'll have to edit that into the video somewhere. I was just playing with the camera when I come home after my walk today. I was feeling energetic to split about 7.
You were still high.
Yeah. And then at the end of that, I went, you know what? I got the tripod out. I thought I'm going to fix the compost bins, and then I'm going to go down the side of the studio and clean the rest of that up and get that into the next video. And I sat down after chopping the firewood, and I said to my daughter, I said, you know what? I'm going inside. I've had enough. Mm-hmm. After chopping that firewood and going on that walk today, I feel like a bit burnt. So I went in and
okay, the farmers market will only be open on Thursday. Okay. Around here we have a Wednesday evening, well, like 4 to 6, and then a Saturday 8 to noon. So I'm curious, Gandalf, I bet the Thursday is like after 4 p.m. Just Thursdays. Yeah, they probably need to see about the interest in it. Like, I think the one in the small town on the other side of the garden property only does once a week.
You're talking about snacks. I did bring these down to eat, but I didn't eat them.
Yeah, Mr. hasn't had anything to eat. Is that what I heard earlier? Is that what?
Yeah, I haven't eaten nothing. I haven't eating. I haven't. I took.
We're fasting?
No, not really. I took 6 jelly beans. I have these jelly beans, right?
Yeah.
medical jelly beans. I had 6 of them to give me sugar for the walk. So I'd have a bit of a boost. And do I feel? I just don't feel. I drank 600 mils of water, like in the bottle. And now I'm drinking 1 can of this. And this.
I know. Just get that off don't even show it.
Any sponsors out there that I am open to offers, so don't hit me up on the email. The email is in my descriptions. You'll find me. So I am open for e-bikes, e-scooters, and non-sugary soft drinks and water. I'd be a great advertisement for somebody on how to lose weight. And if you want to give me a treadmill, you know how, believe it or not, this is how this works. The more you talk about stuff like this, the more your phone uses it.
Oh, yeah, the whole e-bike algorithm triggering sounds.
Yeah, well, I'll tell you what, we've had a good little crowd into this little live, which was a pop-up again. Like, I'm sorry I don't program these lives in.
Is that the toy?
He's come back with the chicken.
Where did he find it?
He went upstairs to his toy box.
He got a toy box.
Yeah, he goes up. He's got a big basket, like bigger than him. So he gets on it and pulls it down so it falls over. And then he puts his head in there and goes, no, I don't want that toy. I don't want that toy. I don't want that toy. He's my favorite.
He heard us talking about it. That's hilarious.
We hear you chicken? Why are you looking at me? He's staring at me like... He's still staring. He's giving me the death stare. What's the matter, buddy? Where's your chicken?
You gotta get it.
I put him in my music this week too. I thought, because I got told by somebody to keep him involved in my in my videos and stuff because people seem to enjoy. Here he comes.
Oh, did you see that like jumpy leap over the cord thing?
Doesn't want to give it to me. He wants to play with it.
Mm-hmm.
Don't you, Charlie? Well, that camera work. Now I'm working it. You go, boy. Yes. Enough squeaky toys, Charlie. And there's that ship. He's done the turnaround.
Oh yeah.
That's hard to see, but you can see sort of the yellow. He's right in the middle. The yellow of the cranes.
Okay.
The other cargo ship's still sitting. Charlie, come on, baby.
We just get a lot of trains. That's the stuff we watch over here is trains.
Yeah, we like watching the ships. When we first moved in here, we'd sit down and watch these ships come and go all the time.
Mm-hmm.
Now it's sort of like, oh yeah. We used to look up where they come from. Like you can go on the Burnie port schedule, and you can see what time the ships come in, where they've left, and when they're going to leave, and where they're going. So, like, if he's coming for wood chips, he'd be coming in and going to Asia, somewhere in Japan. He could be going to China. He could be going to. But they take all of our famous wood chips and they turn them into newspaper.
Oh, I have to tell the kids that.
Well, they turn them into toilet paper. They turn them into some sort of paper. So that's him in the sort of middle of the screen, sideways a little bit. They're reversing him in. They're turning him around to reverse him in. Yes, thanks for that, Charlie. He's a pain, but he is cute. People love your dogs and cats. They do. And, like, I got told today by somebody else on an email, this is my benefactor who assists me. Knowledge of YouTube world. Yeah, he tells me yes. Good to see you. Happy 4th of July. Happy 250th to all the Americans that know it's definitely Charlie, please. Try to work with us. You want to play?
Okay, so far Jonesy said he got an email.
Oh yeah, I got an email and they told me my next thing he said, look, I've got a great idea for you. He says, use your voice. And we're going to do faceless channels. We're going to do 3 faceless channels for me. And I said,
what?
Really? Yes. They're how-tos. And it's all done.
What are you going to how to?
I don't know.
I'm listening. Sorry. I'm interrupting.
No. But I'm sort of on my pathway of getting to retirement to have a couple of channels with income, and
yes,
and the strategy was working well. Charlie, please.
Throw the chicken outside. All right, so while they're wrestling over a rubber squeaky chicken, Serena says, which vegetable is a symbol of freedom for the United Fruit and Vegetable Nation? The cracked Liberty Bell pepper. Gandalf says, happy 4th of July. You as well. Have a safe weekend, of course. The kids went out and celebrated without me because I wanted to stay home. And I do fun things with them all the time. So it was not my turn, not it. They went swimming, which I hate. And they went to a parade, which I hate. So, hello. Oh, no. You took the chicken up to the desk, I see.
Chicken is a Charlie. Yes.
You were having so much fun.
This was his birthday present when he was 3.
And how old is he now?
You're still 3.
Oh, okay. So it's not that old. Oh, that was way too close to the mic.
All right, Charlie, you ready? Yeah. Oh. Stay out there, please, Charlie. Yes,
Okay, so are you really going to be doing this faceless channel thing is the question.
That's where the money is right now, is what I've been told. The money is, and doing it now with AI is extremely easy. I am not set up to with the computer system and with everything else to do it, but they're seriously, this guy is making really good money out of 3 or 4 channels that he's got going. And he said, mate, you're missing a great opportunity. You've got audio skills with desks and different ways of bringing your audio to get it right. And with the AI now, you can get different things working well. And you just need a formula. This is what we're... Anyway. Yeah.
Okay, well, sure. You'd have to get monetized on the faceless channel to start earning the money that they're saying is so great right now in gravy. And at some point, don't you think AI garbage trash is going to get not promoted down the road?
Right. YouTube now are promoting AI, believe it or not. They're not. It's got to be AI with value. That's the thing. See, that's why you're doing AI how-tos and
lessons.
AI, how-tos and lessons. And that's where real money's being made.
Okay.
And he was just trying to be friendly. It's just an email. If I want assistance, I can ask for it.
So you don't have any like, oh, I would love to have a faceless channel doing a how-to about fill in the blank. There's nothing sparking your...
Well, how-to about setting up radio station, online radio stations, how-to about like different music, how you can utilize the AI music generators at no cost, how to... So there's ways of things to do, and these are the things we're talking about.
The how-to radio man, huh?
Well, music is my sort of...
You love music.
The music with AI now is good for YouTube at the moment, and it's interesting. Let's just have a quick look. Which fruit is...
That's a funny one.
Yes. Hang on. Button. Yes, I got it.
Yoo-hoo.
And
the rustic garden has an interesting setup for the watermelon vines. Solid wood step tower with metal shelves for the watermelon to lay on as they grow so they don't break the vine. That video just came out a few days ago and I just watched it. All right.
And that video just came out and I just watched it. Yes. Geez, you were one step ahead of me.
I'm still eating that watermelon, and I have a cantaloupe still, too, because nobody wants to eat the cantaloupe, so I was starting to blend it into smoothies.
All right. Well, I'm going to have to wrap this up, Shawnee. Unfortunately, I'm having a great time. I need to get this head of lettuce for these hamburgers that we're cooking tonight.
That's what that's... I see you didn't say what it was for. It's for hamburgers, you say.
Yeah, we're having hamburgers. We've got everything here but lettuce. And I said, I've got so many baby lettuce growing. I wish they were out and about. I was watching a garden. Here's a quick one before I leave. I was watching an Australian gardening channel from Victoria. A young bloke. He's singing in his backyard. It's a tiny backyard. He's got tiny little veggie patches, but he does very well on views. He does extremely well. He's well dressed. He does nice little talks about different things, and he's pretty well organized. I'll send you him if you ever want to see who it is. I'll email it to you.
Yes.
But he grows in these little plastic tubs that are about, I don't know, 2.5 foot wide by 2 foot or something, and they're on legs, so they're up. And he puts in the compost and the potty mix and and then he plants his lettuce in them. Like he's got these lovely green, red sort of lettuces. So
Oh,
it looks fabulous for camera. And this is how we do it. And we can just walk outside and just go clip. And I'm thinking, okay, well, that sort of works, but such a small area for growing, it can't be good for the plants. Like you have to continually feed them. They just look way too small. These little miniature garden beds that you can buy at the local Lowe's or the Bunnings or what we call them.
yeah, there's risks with container gardening, like you said, feeding them, root space. They need to be watered more frequently. They dry out.
Yeah. But for YouTube optics, you can see, like, as an outsider looking through the video at how he's doing things and why he's doing it, and like I could do that video. You could pre-plant. You could actually buy them plants from the gardening store, put them in that pot, give them a good day so they're still strong and fresh, or give them 2 days or 3 days, and then you can say, "Oh, I've grown these here, and look at this. This is beautiful." Blah blah blah. You can just walk outside and clip them here. Like there's no backstory of how he grew the seeds, how the plants are in little seedlings, and there's none of that history in the shots, like in his library. So it's interesting to see. Man, he's getting like 250,000 views.
Oh, shut up.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. I'm saying, look at this. Oh, here he goes. Charlie, come on, buddy. Where's your chicken?
I just find that ridiculous.
I find it, as a person watching, I find it how he's doing it, and he's still got his gardens, and he still talks about, I've just been sent this gift from this product from these people, and we're going to see how we can do it here. And he's been around for years, so but he's just in a little suburban house in a little suburban backyard in Melbourne. And I thought, you know what, I take my hat off to him for what he's done, for what he has. He's worked a nice little system in the old YouTube world. But I'll send you that email later with his channel, and so you can have a look. I'm sure you'll be.
We're all told that you're supposed to tell the story. That's how you have returning audiences.
Well, if I could get 250,000 views by just doing this, I'd.
And it's like, I get that people want to know small space gardening, something you can just set up with no work.
Like, I understand.
It's all on how you sell it, I'm sure.
Oh, yes. The temperature's dropping. I can get that chill. You need to get the fire going. And I need to go get a head of lettuce, and I need to thank everybody for coming in. Anything you'd like to say, Shawnee, before we end this one?
I don't have anything to say, no.
Well, I'd like to thank all my wonderful subscribers, everyone who's contributed into the live. Thank you very much for popping in. It's been wonderful. I'm on the watch hour chase, so I'm sort of chasing watch hours for this channel. I'm up to about 860, which in a short amount of time. It's been absolutely wonderful to see that I can get watch hours quickly, so I'm doing that. And have a good day. Have a good night, everyone. Definitely. Thanks for helping out. Most definitely. And peace out. Until we see you all again, this is Shawnee Grows and Radio Jonesy. Ciao. Peace. Peace.